Hi everyone, this is Allison Day from AllisonDayDesigns.com, and I thought I would film a start to finish video just to show my process. And today I'm going to be working with the latest sketch that's on the Let's Get Sketchy blogspot site. This is it right here.
Okay, we're in fast forward now, and I'm just showing you some of the products that I have pulled out to work with on this layout. Some scraps of paper from my scrap bin and my blue 12x12 cardstock. A whole bunch of different letter stickers and some die cuts and word labels, enamel dots, brads, some bling that doesn't go on there, and these little metal tabs and some mists. And now I'm just trimming my papers into even boxes, getting rid of any of the rough edges and branding strips, that kind of thing. And I'm playing with the placement to see how I like them. And that works out pretty good. So I know I want some mist on the paper, so that's my next step, is to get the mist down. And this is a Mr. Huey white, and I can't remember which one it is, but I think I might need to get rid of it because the cardstock kind of soaks it up, and in a minute there you'll see it just begin to fade, and I have to switch to a different white. There I am, putting a different white one on. And I decided to heat set it this time, and it works a little bit better. You can see it a bit better.
Working. We'll see. I might need to add more later, but
now when I
figure that out when we get there.
Double-sided tape to these scraps of paper.
Okay. So now to remember how this was arranged.
And that way I can tuck embellishments around the side of the photos or the papers to just enhance the whole layering look. And these are all from my scrap bin, and some of them are several years old, some of them are newish, but nothing is super new these days because I'm trying not to spend money on scrapbooking supplies and use up my massive stash. And now I'm just playing with the embellishment placement, seeing where I want everything to go, and digging through all the different die cuts that I pulled out, and the labels, stickers, and just finding bits that work, whether the words work or the color works, or the shape works, and just putting them in the approximate places where they'll end up. These little metal tabs I found in my stash. I just recently did a sort of organize and purge, and I came across these, and I've had them in there for like 3 years. I thought, oh hey, time to use them. The doilies are from the dollar store. Great source of cheap scrapbooking supplies if you have one in your neighborhood, which most people do.
So I think before I go any further, I'm going to put the title. Now the title in the sketch,
has the title,
is down sort of on top of the picture or below the picture, but because I'm going to put my journaling there, I'm going to put my title up here in this space.
But I still don't know which.
And I think I'm going to name it Camera Shot. Now, these letters that I got going here, I got these fun pink vinyl ones.
I'm not even sure.
Some
I'm not
yellow.
even sure at this point what my title is going to be.
Fun
But my daughter's going through
yellow.
this phase where she really doesn't like to have her photo taken, and she tends to make faces at the camera or hide from the camera,
wood
run away, or
grain.
put a blanket over her head. So I decided to title this
There's some glitter.
And even though these are pictures from our latest vacation in Mexico, I'm not going to put this in an album.
See how this looks.
This is going to go into her album because this is a story, this is a phase in her life, and a story that I want to capture, and I want her to have in her book.
Look at one of these too and see what I think.
It's pretty frustrating for a scrapper not to have somebody cooperative when the camera comes out. So like you can see, I put 2 different letters down to see which one I like better on the page, and I decided to go with those sort of bronzy glitter ones. And now I'm getting my title down, and I'm spelling it backwards because I know I want it to end right where at the corner of the picture, right where that Y is, and I'm just crossing my fingers that it will fit sort of the length of the picture, and it pretty much does. So I was very lucky. The other thing I wanted to say about my title was that yes, those letter stickers are touching and in fact on top of the picture, and that was on purpose. I really try to keep things in a tight grouping. I don't want things floating off, you know, looking like they're lost or something. You get that trapped white space, which everyone talks about, and it looks more cohesive if everything is together. So now I'm looking at my embellishments, and I like the flower, but it needed a brad, so I added a brad and some foam dots to bring it off the page, give it some more depth. And I liked the placement of those hearts. Sometimes, you know, I just randomly put things down, and sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. They happen to work today. Once those hearts are down, I turn my attention to the journaling, and I just tell that story of how my daughter doesn't like having her picture taken right now. A lot of people don't add journaling to their layouts, and I think that's really sad, because there's always a story behind a photo that, you know, the date or the location doesn't tell the whole story. So I really try to add as much journaling as I can to each of my layouts, and I really factor it into the design process. So now that that's all done, I'm working on the little cluster at the top, and I'm trying to keep the design rule of a visual triangle in mind. And so, you know, I brought some light blue up to the top, and I'm going to bring some of the sort of darker pinky red and the darker blue, and I'm repeating motifs as well, you know, the hearts, the circles, and I popped up the date to repeat the dimension. And now I realize that I need yellow, and so I add some yellow enamel dots. And that's pretty much my layout.
It's done. It didn't take me too long. I'm usually a pretty fast scrapper, so I don't have a lot of time in the day to do this, so I tend to make decisions and just kind of go with it. But thanks for joining me for this, and I hope you enjoyed it and learned a little something. Look for future videos from me soon. Thanks very much.
Thank you.